Shalom. On the start of souls by giving no praise to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostle, great most, and honors to you brothers doing the work, the most on truth and in sincerity. Yahawah's raw name, of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, or Yahweh. His real name is Yahawah, and the son's true name is Yahawah Shai. And when we pray Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba meaning in, Ha meaning then, Sham meaning names, Yahawah, in the name of Yahweh Shai. We're just going on, which call it on walk earlier on, and basically when someone just kind of walked around the corner, I kind of looked at them, and then this precept kind of just came into my mind, just popped into my mind, right? And the more I'm, was kind of just meditating on, basically, came to the conclusion and the thinking, right? Here it is, you got these devils, right? Trying to get total control, right? But who ultimately has total control? Yahweh's got total control, right? Nothing happens, right, in this world without, Yahweh, having a say on it, okay? Let's just grab that real quick, right? This is Ezekiel 28. Let's start from 2, right, in terms of Esau, right? It says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, the modern day prince of Tyrus, will be represented by these Edomites. It says, Thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast, and that's the proof, right? That pride. Okay, no one's more proud than this devil, right? It says, And thou hast said, I am a God. I said, in the seed of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God, right? So this man, he thinks that he's the Most High, right? That's why he's trying to take control of everything, right? He's trying to take control of your thoughts, right? Who you can be around, who you can see, all of the above, right? He's trying to take control of it, right? But the Lord is going to put a spanner in his works, okay? Because it's ultimately the Lord who is really in control of this thing, right? So back to this one, right? This is First Samuel 26. I said the precept that kind of sparked off, this mental journey, if you will, right? It says Yahawah killeth and maketh alive, right? And that knowing, right? That's a scary thing, right? The fact that the Lord can just straight kill a man, right? The Lord can have angels just like hovering over a man, and just trip him in front of a car, trip him on the platform where trains are coming, right? I remember my growing up, my nan used to watch, because she worked in the medical field, right? And then she'd always watch like those documentaries. One of them was like people who almost died or died some crazy ass way. Right? I think it was more almost died, but someone got like pricked with a toothpick in their foot, almost dropped dead, right? Even ways like that, just once again, just a reminder that the Lord, hey, the Lord has inventive ways of just taking someone out, right? It says Yahweh killeth, maketh alive, he bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up, right? It says the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich, he bringeth low and lifteth up, and that's it. Esau basically has all of these schemes in place, right? Which ultimately it's the curses, because this is another thing, right? He thinks he's doing things of his own accord, right? Trying to persecute Jake, trying to keep Jake on the bottom, but really, all he's doing is helping, fulfill the curses, right? Because we ain't in our rest yet, right? So yeah, but Esau will be doing his best to keep Jake poor, right? He'll give people deals, try and make them rich and things like that, right? But who ultimately has power over all of that? Yahweh, okay, right? Because the thing is, if he came up to one of the Lord's elect, right, and said, hey, I'll give you a multi-billion-dollar deal, right? All you have to do is basically, stop teaching this truth. Guess what? The elect's going to turn it down. All right. So he ain't in control of that. And even as I'm saying that, well, I'm thinking of, is this still open? Yeah, I'm thinking of the what you call it? What Satan did, right? With Yahweh Shai, right? Is it Matthew 4 or something like that? What was it? I know this is a Yeah, it was Matthew 4. Should just went there. So let me just jump down to the point. Right, this is Matthew 4 and 8 now, right? It says, again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, right, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then saith Yahawah unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only that shalt thou serve. Right, so if he was to, try and, come for the one of the elect and try and make them rich by way of these, dodgy deals, guess what? The elect is going to follow in the footsteps of Yahweh Shai, right, and curse those devils out, right, and be like, nah, hey, I worship Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and Yahweh Shem Yahshai gonna make me rich, right? But once again, he thinks he has power over this, but ultimately, it's the Lord that maketh poor and the Lord that maketh rich. Right, verse 8 says, he raises up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set up the world upon them. Right, so once again, it's Yahweh that's in control. Right, I've just got a few examples, right, of the Lord and his control over the earth. Right, Sirach 18 and 3, a favorite. Right, it says, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. Right, and that one straight and to the point. Right, all things obey the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right, there ain't nothing, anyone has ever done, ever, right, where where the Lord didn't sanction it. Right, this world just doesn't work like that. So, yeah, we finish it, right? It says, and all things obey his will, right? So even, these Christian like say, oh, Satan, had a war against the Lord. It's like, no, he didn't. It's like, well, where you get that from, right? That fable is exactly that. It's a fable, right? It says, for he is the king of all, and by his power dividing holy things among them from profane, right? And that's it, man. Proverbs 21 and 1, right? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So even he is in the Lord's control, right? Yeah, he's trying to do all of these things, trying to, him trying to, put the charagma in people, right? So that he can have, as was quoted, total control, right? But he ain't gonna have total control. The Lord is the one with total control, right? It's Proverbs 20 and 24 also. It says, man's goings are of the Lord Yahawah. How can a man then understand his own way? Right? So the Lord is the one that directeth the steps. Okay? Sirach 11 and 21. It says, I marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord, and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. Right? And that's, going as well into what verse 7, 2 and 7 that we was reading before. Right? The Lord can just, make, just hook someone up. And when you look, for instance, look at what happened with King Solomon. Right? Lord asked King Solomon, what you want? King Solomon was like, I'm just going to ask for X, Y, and Z. The Lord was like, all right, cool. I'm going to give you X, Y, and Z. Right? Yeah, that's a good thing he has. Yeah, Israel is hard-hearted. But, because he didn't, try, ask all of this other stuff, guess what? I'm going to give you women as well. I'm going to give you riches as well. Right? On top of the wisdom that I'm going to give you. Right? So, when the Lord's involved, anything can happen, right? Which is just the last thing. This is John 3:27. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven, right? Even this power seat that Esau's in at the moment, who gave it to him, right? Yahweh gave it to him. Let's get this verse in Job 9:24, right? It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Like the Lord gave it to Esau. Why? For the sake that prophecy must be fulfilled. Right, let's get this real quick in Second Ezra 6 and 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So he's in control of this world, right? But this is because it's the last generation, the last world. Right? There ain't no, what you call it? There ain't no more 50 years from now. No, this is it now. Right, so it was needful that the Edomites would be in power right now, which is why the earth is given into their hand at them at this moment in time. It continues and says, "He covereth the face of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he?" Right, so basically being facetious, like if it ain't this damn devil, who the hell is it? Right. I'm just gonna finish on this in Daniel's. Right. Daniel 4:17. This matters by the decree of the watchers, and by the demand and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Right, so Esau was set up in this seat that he's in at the moment, right? All for the fulfillment of prophecy, right? Because who's ultimately in control, right? Yahawah. Yahawah was the one with total control, right? Not these devils, despite the fact that they have, this God complex, right? They're just a man. So as always, Lord, I was edifying. So next time we say Shalom.